Take a look at the road outside your house. That smooth, dark surface your tires roll over every day is held together by something most people never think about. It's not cement, it's not tar, and it's definitely not just black glue. It's bitumen, a material so common that it fades into the background, yet so important that modern transportation would fall apart without it. But what exactly is bitumen? Where does it come from? Why is it sticky? And how did it become one of the most widely used materials on Earth? Let's slow things down and unpack the story of this surprisingly ancient substance, right here on History of Simple Things. Bitumen isn't a modern invention. It's one of humanity's oldest engineered materials. Archaeological evidence shows that people were using natural bitumen as far back as 7000 BCE. In ancient Mesopotamia, bitumen was used as a mortar for bricks, a waterproof lining for canals, and even as an adhesive. The famous ziggurats and early city infrastructure relied heavily on it to keep water out and structures intact. The ancient Egyptians used bitumen in mummification, both for preservation and symbolism, while civilizations in the Indus Valley used it to waterproof baths and reservoirs. Even the word bitumen comes from Latin, meaning pitch, reflecting how long humans have recognized its sticky, binding properties. It wasn't until the 19th and 20th centuries, with the rise of petroleum refining and automobiles, that bitumen became the backbone of modern road construction. At its core, bitumen is a thick, black, highly viscous hydrocarbon material. Chemically speaking, it's made up of complex organic molecules containing carbon and hydrogen, along with small amounts of sulfur, oxygen, and nitrogen. It's classified as a semi-solid form of petroleum, meaning it comes from the same geological family as crude oil, but in a much heavier and thicker state. At room temperature, bitumen doesn't flow like oil. It behaves more like cold molasses or soft rubber. Heat it up, though, and it becomes fluid enough to coat surfaces and bind materials together. One important clarification. Bitumen is not the same thing as asphalt, even though the terms are often mixed up. Bitumen is the binder, the sticky ingredient, while asphalt is the final mixture of bitumen combined with crushed stone, sand, and gravel. So when you walk on an asphalt road, what's actually holding all those rocks together is bitumen acting like an incredibly durable glue. Most of the bitumen used today is produced during the refining of crude oil. When crude oil is heated and separated into lighter products like gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel, bitumen is what's left behind at the very bottom of the distillation process. It's essentially the heaviest fraction of petroleum, made of molecules too large and dense to evaporate easily. This refinery-produced bitumen is then modified and graded depending on how it will be used, whether for roads, roofing, or waterproofing. There's also naturally occurring bitumen, which seeps out of the ground in certain parts of the world. Famous examples include the oil sands of Canada and natural asphalt lakes like Pitch Lake in Trinidad. In these cases, lighter hydrocarbons have either evaporated or been broken down by bacteria over time, leaving behind thick deposits of bitumen near the surface. What makes bitumen special isn't just that it's sticky, it's that it's viscoelastic. That means it behaves like both a liquid and a solid depending on temperature and stress. On a hot day, bitumen softens slightly, allowing roads to flex under traffic instead of cracking. In cooler temperatures, it hardens enough to maintain structure. This balance is what makes asphalt pavements durable under constant pressure from vehicles weighing several tons. Bitumen is also naturally waterproof, which is why it's widely used in roofing membranes and protective coatings. Water simply can't penetrate it easily, making it perfect for sealing surfaces exposed to rain, moisture, and even chemicals. Add to that its resistance to weathering and oxidation, and you've got a material that can last decades when properly maintained. Today, roughly 85% of all bitumen produced globally goes into road construction. From highways and airport runways to city streets and parking lots, bitumen-based asphalt is everywhere. The remaining portion is used for roofing shingles, waterproof membranes, pipe coatings, and even soundproofing materials. Engineers can modify bitumen with polymers to improve flexibility, heat resistance, or lifespan, depending on climate and traffic conditions. In recent years, recycled materials like rubber from old tires and reclaimed asphalt pavement have been mixed with bitumen, making roads more sustainable without sacrificing performance. This adaptability is one reason bitumen remains relevant despite advances in concrete and alternative materials. A quick but important clarification: bitumen is not tar. Tar is derived from coal or wood through destructive distillation, while bitumen comes from petroleum. They may look similar, but their chemical composition and health risks are very different. Modern road construction does not use coal tar, even though people still casually refer to roads as being tarred. What they're really talking about is bitumen-based asphalt. Bitumen isn't flashy, and it almost never gets credit, but it quietly holds the modern world together in ways most of us never stop to notice. From ancient brick walls sealed thousands of years ago to the highways, bridges, and airport runways we depend on today, this thick, black substance has been doing the same essential job for centuries: sealing, binding, and protecting surfaces from time, water, and constant stress. It absorbs pressure, adapts to heat and cold, and keeps infrastructure standing long after we forget it's even there. The next time you drive down a smooth road or stay dry under a flat roof during a heavy storm, you'll know exactly what's beneath your feet, and why bitumen, despite its unassuming appearance, is one of the most quietly important materials in human history. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.